people perspective. So one is, a salesperson doing sales, and what you spoke of is, what's available to him.
Correct.
But the customer mindset, how do you think that has evolved, changed from early then to now?
See, consumers have become very much more demanding nowadays.
Okay.
And the error margin for error is zero.
Right.
For example, today, because of the feedback which can be immediately put into the net, and because of digital, everything is available on the net. So we have to ensure that the Google reviews are up to date. I mean,
Right.
consumers are talking about you, and they go and read the reviews. The reviews, they read it, they research the product, and then only they buy. So everything is available now at the fingertips. So what happened earlier was there was a lot of touch and feel. When earlier sales, there was a touch and feel. You used to touch, feel. There's a lot of emotion involved in that buying process.
True.
Now what I feel is that emotion is now slowly dwindled away, and it has become more transactional.
More objective, transactional.
Yeah.
True.
And also, if you look at all organizations which has been built in the last 10 years, and companies which have built scale, they have only built because of digital.
Right.
And digital is like where the interaction and the personal connect is very, very minimum.
Right.
But any company which is able to adopt an emotional quotient along with the digital adaptation, where there's an augmentation of artificial intelligence and human intelligence, when they augment it,
Right.
those companies will not only scale fast, but they will also be able to constantly add value to the consumer,
Right.
and they will be able to create equity in the mind of the consumer, and that is going to be sustainable.
True. Interesting. Now, talking about you again, Shachun, you've scaled large businesses. You've led the P&L of businesses in competitive markets as well. What are 2 or 3 biggest levers for driving sales growth now in the current context?
See, first and foremost, I think, according to me, how can you increase the size of the addressable market,
Right.
Okay, in which you're operating in? So you have to constantly keep increasing the size of the addressable market. And first thing. Second thing is that no market is is exclusive to you, or no product is exclusively to you. So you will always be in a market where there is going to be competition. Whatever, no matter what you bring out,
True.
there will always be. Therefore, you have to attain leadership position in that particular market. You have to differentiate yourself. One is from the product which you're offering to this. So the product market fitment is very important.
Right.
Okay. Second thing, repeat buying is important.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat buying happens because of word of mouth.
Right.
And then the third thing is the people who are working. So at the end of the day, the companies which are able to scale much faster is because of the employee. The employees get aligned to the organizational goal. And second, the consumer. The consumer believes in your story. The story of the organization, the product they're offering resonates with the consumer.
Right.
And the consumer finds that, okay, this is a company which I trust, which is going to be. So you have to make the consumer part of your growth journey.
Right.
If you are not able to make the consumer part of the growth journey, because organization, unlike earlier times, very difficult for a company today to last for more than 10 years. Either they will wind up or they will be acquired. So if you have to stay out of the learning curve, you have to constantly add value to the consumer. Therefore, you have to always, in 3 or 4 years, you have to pivot your model.
Right.
You have to disrupt your own model. You have to innovate. You have to constantly ensure that you are able to add value to the customer.
Right.
For the business which I am in, which is in the education, is very clearly driven by learning outcomes.
Absolutely.
If I'm not able to demonstrate learning outcome and not able to alter the trajectory of the learner who comes to us, we will not be able to move the needle. The impact at scale is going to only happen when we can demonstrate learner outcome. True. That's very important.
Absolutely.
And that is measurable now.
True. Absolutely. With the CRMs and the ROIs and everything.
Yeah.
So, talking about the customer acquisition part. So, a while ago, we used to talk about the sales funnel and everything.
Yeah.
And the entire customer journey. Do you think that funnel methodology has changed in today's current times?
100% it has changed, because now organization has to be on digital. Right. Because the consumer is on the digital, on the mobile. So we are the fastest growing internet country in the world. We have the highest number of smartphones in the world. So broadband has become very accessible now.
Right.
And every single consumer is on the mobile.
True.
Okay. And that's where they go and search you, they purchase you. So not only you have to be discoverable on Google, you have to be discoverable on ChatGPT.
Right.
You have to be discoverable on Quora, on Reddit, and you have to build something called as user-generated content.
Right.
So that is now the model of the day, and it's very expensive now because the cost of acquisition has gone through the roof.
Right.
Because of performance marketing, all the organizations who want to build scale, they are doing performance marketing, which means they are spending money on acquiring a consumer.
True.
So the CAC cost, particularly for our business, the CAC cost is very high.
Right.
So the only way the CAC cost can be kept to a minimum is when your word of mouth becomes the force multiplier.
Right.
If your word of mouth doesn't kick in, that engine doesn't kick in, you will always be having a situation where your top line will grow, but you'll be squeezed for margin.
Right.
So you have to build a system where your leads are organic, which means consumers find you, discover you on their own through your user-generated content.
Right.
And consumers, because of the outcome we are able to deliver to them, they go and talk about that to the outside world, and slowly the business comes to you. For example, as a point of reference, I want to cite an example of Airbnb.
Right.
Airbnb company in its life has never given one single advertisement.
Right.
And they own the maximum number of properties in the world without owning a single one of them.
It's a wonderful model. Yeah.
So it's purely driven by the consumer.
Right.
And it's the tagline is home away from home. So I think that is the only model which is sustainable, because if you are keeping on spending on performance marketing and your top line will grow but your EBITDA will shrink, and you will not be able to sustain the business. So it's a very difficult jigsaw puzzle to decode. It's not easy at all.
Right.
It's very tough, because you see all the companies which are coming now, their top line is good, they're able to get consumer mind share, but EBITDA wise they're all struggling, they're making operating losses.
True.
So it's going to be tough, because end of the day only Google makes money in this.
Right.
But now so one has to be very careful about and judicious about capital, how they are deploying it.
Right.
And how they are making use of the digital opportunity we have today.
Right. Interesting. So, you're talking so much of the business perspective. It actually makes me think that, do you think salespeople would be better off as business owners rather than being in sales?
No, sales is definitely the skill set required for a person to excel in sales has rapidly changed.
Right.
So today a salesperson not only needs to be aware of digital marketing or data, but has to be immersed in it.
Right.
As should be able to predict, looking at data sets, should be able to detect biases, should be able to, build actionable insights.
Right.
And they have to be married to that to data.
Right.
So otherwise, and before you talk to the consumer, you have to have full idea about the consumer's philosophy, their background, their demographics, their propensity to spend everything.
Right.
And then only you can make a call. So the skill set also is very different. But I will say that the skill set, the some of the things which are similar is the curiosity.
Okay.
The curiosity and the thirst, to ask the right questions.
Right.
The curiosity to learn, to challenge the status quo.
Right.
Lateral thinking. Okay. The ambition to be successful in life.
Mm-hmm.
Resilience, failing, falling down, stumbling, but having the uncanny knack to stand up and moving forward. That this skill set will always be age agnostic, time agnostic.
Right. True. Interesting. So, I always tell people whom I meet that sales is the best line of business to be in, because you can literally demand your salary to your organizations, unlike other roles. You can, but I think sales does have a very superior. That's my perspective.
70% of people who become CEOs are from sales background. Okay. Right. That is the first scientifically proven fact.
Right.
Second thing is that what happens in sales is that it's very objective.
Right.
There's black and white. It's all measurable. The
Okay.
targets are there, the outcome is is measurable.
Right.
And the advantage is that sales is there in everybody is selling. Maybe an investor is trying to sell to somebody else, or the startup founder is trying to sell their idea and logic to the investor.
Right.
I mean, everybody is selling, right? Influencing each other. So sales is no more a skill set which is confined to a sales role.
Right.
A sales skill set is again role agnostic. Every single individual, whether you're in finance, whether you're in HR, whether you are in operation, you have to have a sales inclination or a sales understanding.
Right.
But yes, salespeople are a little bit, what to say? I mean, they are in demand. They will always be in demand. The highest number of jobs today in India is in sales only.
Sales, absolutely. I think every other organization needs a sales.
100%.
Right.
Because if without sales function, without the revenue coming into the company, you cannot have marketing, you cannot have HR, you can't have operations. So sales is a engine,
right,
on which the organization grows, propels itself forward.
True. Interesting. So in the current scheme of things, in the current year, what do you think are some key skills that can make anybody a good salesperson?
See, I think now a person should be able to interpret data.
Okay.
Should be able to interpret data and should be able to get married into the data. Should be obsessed with data,
Right.
which was not the case earlier. So sales people by nature are very reticent and very shy about data. They don't like data. But now
Right.
you have to get married to that because that's a new order. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I think that curiosity part I spoke about is very important.
Mhm.
You have to be curious, to ask the right questions, to learn, to grow. And today the shelf life of an employee also in an organization has become very small.
Right.
People don't work in companies for more than 2 years.
True.
And what organizations will need to do going forward is we'll have to create the right environment.
Right.
We'll have to build flexible structures. We'll have to enable technology to the salespeople so that sales can be maximized. So from a sales person's requirement to organization, what they can do for the salespeople, both has changed. Both paradigm has got changed.
True.
But end of the day, salespeople will have to, anybody, I mean not just salespeople, everybody has to understand that careers have shortened.
Right.
My father worked in a company for 38 years and retired at 62. That is not going to happen now.
Right.
Okay, you have to peak at 30 and you have to retire at 40 because that is how it is. I mean, the stress is a lot for people to handle. But I think what is important for salespeople is not to get carried away with limited successes they get.
Right.
It's important to balance, handle the failure. It's important to not to carry the success to the head,
Right.
and stay balanced. And this skill is going to be vital going forward. This skill is going to be more vital than ever.
So while you say that, Shajan, in literally almost every company, जितना सक्सेसफुल सेल्स पर्सन है उतना बदनाम भी है.
हाँ.
खुद नहीं बट लोग उसको बदनाम कर देते हैं कि सेल्स वाले ने ये बेच के आ गया, वो बेच के आ गया, बट हम डिलीवरी वाला बैंड बजाते हैं. So why do you think that still exists?
Because sales में क्या होता है, because of the pressure now organizations work on quarter to quarter result. Some of the new age companies will work on weekly targets or daily targets, and therefore and may not be also creating a good work culture which is conducive to performance.
Correct.
And because of the pressure of the company for meeting targets, especially with the new age companies which does not have fundamentals in place, where the sales is more pushed, and because therefore the salespeople try to cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
And they overcome it.
Right.
But I strongly believe, having lasted in sales for 27 years, that transparency is a non-compromisable skill.
Right.
You have to be authentic. You have to be yourself. You have to uphold the ethos of the organization, and to be honest. The problem with telling lies is that you have to remember what you told all the time. Okay. So truth has got no this thing. I mean, no substitute. So because if you tell lie once, then somebody will catch you someday, right? You cannot outlive that lie. So that honesty, that transparency, authenticity is very important. Even at the cost of maybe you will fail, but that's fine.
Right.
So this is the issue. The issue is organizations are looking for quick buck without the fundamentals in place, trying to push product which does not have a consumer pull, and the salesperson is a simple cog in the wheel. I mean, because of pressure, they may tell some lies, and that's why the salespeople gets the bad name.
True. Yeah, true, absolutely. You're pretty much bang on what you said. Another perspective is, so in your case, you chose sales as a career. Yeah. But in today's time, a lot of people go into sales without wanting to go in there. What do you think is the consequence of that? See, because today in India, what is the issue? I mean, though we say that India has the youngest population in the world, our demographic dividend is our biggest advantage. I think our demographic dividend is our biggest headache. Because 50% of graduates are not employable. Right.
So you finish your graduation and then you do not have the employable skills. See, I once interviewed a candidate in UP. Mm-hmm. I asked him what is his name. He told me मेरा नाम रवि है. I asked him आपने BA English में किया है. He said मैंने BA English सर हिंदी में किया है. So the problem is that the graduates are not employable. Our hiring, our academic rigor is not there. In fact, our education needs a radical reboot. We are in a state of education emergency. So today what is happening, especially in the Tier 2, Tier 3 MBA colleges, half of India's engineering colleges are empty.
Right.
So in those colleges, because the students, they come and pay 4 lakh, 5 lakh as fees, thinking that there is a rocket to the moon and they just need to sit on the rocket and the rocket will take to the moon. But when they come close to the placement, they lack soft skill, they lack communication skill, and they don't get job.
Right.
So because they don't get any job, then they go and sell credit cards, or they work in call center. That is because of the entry level, which is very wide open. There is no assessment, particularly in Tier 2, Tier 3 colleges, where the students have to take a loan, against collateral of their land, and they come.
Right.
So what we need radical reboot. Our gross enrollment ratio in India is only 27%, which means out of 100 students eligible for higher education, only 27 are able to make higher education. We have the highest number of class A dropouts in the world. So we have a serious education problem. So I call it, I always use this term, the ovarian lottery. What does it mean? The ovarian lottery, which means how successful you become in life depends upon the parents you were born to and the pin code. I was lucky I was born in Calcutta to parents who gave me convent education.
Right.
But a child in Balasur whose father is a farmer will not be as lucky as me.
Right.
So we have issues. We have a birth defect in our vocational education. And that is why people who do not get any jobs, who do not have the skill to get an intellectual job, they get low-end sales job. I won't even call it sales job. Low-end sales job means standing in a shopper's stop.
Right.
For a 10,000 rupees salary, standing 9 hours, not even knowing how to greet a customer. So we have 40% attrition in retail.
Right.
So that is a sort of low-end sales job which people are going to because they are forced to, because they're not getting job anywhere else.
True. I think that's the hard truth of the industry that it is. Well, thank you, Sajjan, giving us great perspectives in this section as well.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Roshan. I enjoyed it.